broadcasting legend in his own mind. He's known to be prickly and very opinionated. It's time to get in the huddle with your host, Coach Muddle.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the huddle on a beautiful Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. That's right. Monday. God,
Wow.
I can't even get my days straight.
You know what? And that's Freudian. That's Freudian, Nick, because he was talking about, well, fuck, we talk, or you said about talking about college football.
Yes, so
No,
I had
Coach
Saturday
did,
on
not
my
me.
brain.
Coach
That's
did.
what it was.
Yeah, and then Coach had that on his mind, so I'm going to let that one slip because I know where that came from.
All right. Well, thank you.
What's up,
So
man?
welcome to Monday evening. Angela, what's up? How you doing? Mike Johnson in the house. Before we get to the football stuff, I figured let's get all the other stuff out of the way. So Doc Rivers gets fired. That just came across the wire right before we jumped on the air here.
Mhm.
So, and I just thought, immediately if he's not going directly from LAX to Philadelphia International Airport,
Something's wrong.
something's
Yeah.
wrong. Because I mean, how is that guy going to not be out of a job more than 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And especially if you're the Philadelphia 76ers.
Elton Brand should have been on the phone with him right when he heard. I mean, to me, there's two opportunities. I'd honestly go Sixers before because I think the Sixers have more to work with. But you're taking the Sixers job or the Pelicans job? You're taking the Pelicans job because you got a young Zion. I think their roster is old though. Redick's old. Drew Holiday's older. He's in his 30s. I would prefer to take Embiid and Simmons. You know what I mean? Like I said, it depends what Doc wants. Doc may say he wants to take a year off. He might go back to broadcasting. I don't know. But if Doc wants to coach, you bring him in because too, if Ty Lue doesn't get a job, Ty Lue was his assistant. So you're getting 2 for 1 as well. You're getting 2 very good coaches on your team. So, the D'Antonio thing makes zero sense to me and to everybody. So I really hope that they're going to give Doc a call and bring him in. I was disappointed when I heard, Billy Donovan wasn't considered and went to the Bulls. We'll see what happens. Elton Brand's talking about getting extensions and shit. He shouldn't get anything. He should be on the hottest seat there is.
And I agree with that. He should be getting shit. He should be getting his fucking bags packed.
Right.
Or maybe you know what? If you leave now, we'll give you a bunch of coupons so you can go to Pat's and Gino's when you come back with your family some other time, but you can't come back until 2022 at the earliest. That's the way it is.
I'm going to put up what Angela said. Angela, yep. I think it was just expectations did him in. I wonder if there's more story behind it. Supposedly Paul George, other players didn't like him. He never got to the conference finals. That's not good. They had a lot of good teams. I think that was part of it. But yeah, expectation took him down. But my thing is too, I agree with you. And who do you got to replace him? That's going to be better than Doc. Look, it was 1 year. It was a pandemic. So I think there were circumstances that were out of his hand. You're trying to gel a team in how many games? Look, the Clippers failed, but still, to me, they're the favorite going into next year to win it all if they can bring that team back.
Yeah, I tell you that. And you were saying before about Doc maybe taking a year off. Mm-hmm. If that happens, then depending upon how the players like him, then I can see Ty Lue going there.
I don't know, but if
he was already there. That's
he was already there. I don't see him going back.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
He was an assistant with the Clippers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then scratch.
My thing is what's taking so long? Who's on the Lakers staff and who's on the Heat staff? That is the that everybody's waiting around for because there's still 3 open jobs. Correct. Well, now 4. Correct. Philadelphia, New Orleans, Cleveland. And now the Clippers, correct?
I think Cleveland might have got filled. I'm not sure. You might be right. I don't know. But, like I said, I think Pelicans, they're obviously waiting for somebody. And now Doc Rivers is gone. Ty Lue, dude, Coach, me and you could have been on that bench with LeBron. I mean,
Right.
LeBron's in the finals every year. Look, they did come back against a 73-win Golden State team down 3-1. But I don't know that exactly it was Ty Lue's coaching as much as it was LeBron willing them and Kyrie Irving,
Right.
being Robin to LeBron's Batman. Because we all know now that Kyrie Irving can't be Batman because wherever he goes, they suck.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, there's nothing on
Cleveland
Cavs.
has Bernie Bickerstaff.
Bickerstaff Jr., Bernie Bickerstaff's son.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Bernie Bicker. He didn't even shows you what coach knows
No,
about
look,
basketball.
because I just, come on, I'm dyslexic,
Yeah.
but it's
Well-
Bickerstaff, and it's not one word; it's separated. So,
Coach, which dumpster fire do we start with now? Can we transition? Because I've been waiting all just to talk about.
No, we're not done yet because we got Game 6. The Lightning have to play Game 6 tonight because they can't close the door. They can't finish
Dallas
it.
is a good team. Let's not underestimate Dallas. Look, the Lightning have been in a bunch of overtime games with them.
Yeah.
The Lightning are a better team. I agree. But Dallas has good goaltending, and they're fighting, man. They've been good in the bubble. Look, Lightning close it out tonight. I mean, that's just what I think. I think you're going to see a very motivated Lightning team. I think they close it out and hoist the cup tonight.
I agree. And again, so it took Dallas, they won in 2 overtimes the other day on Saturday to get to today. They lost in, what was it, another 2 overtime or late
two overtime games they lost.
The guys are friggin' tired.
Yeah.
Okay. They played a back-to-back Friday and Saturday, so the Lightning just couldn't get it done on Saturday. Big whoop. I think tonight is when it gets done.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Coach still thinks it's going to be Vegas and the Islanders.
Yeah. No, I think it goes Game 7. And let me ask you. Let me touch on this a little bit before we get to the dumpster fires that are blazing. Baseball playoffs start. Philadelphia's sitting at home scratching their nuts. Tampa's in, Miami's in, Yankees are in, of course, but they're a 5 seed because they dicked around with the Marlins last weekend of the season instead of being the 4 seed. So now they got to play Cleveland. Cleveland could be a little pesky. I didn't realize this. All 3 games are at the home field.
Yeah, and Cleveland.
So Cleveland has all 3 games. I thought it was 1-1-1.
Cleveland's got 3 very good starters too. It's not a good series for the Yankees. That Bieber has a sub-2 ERA, Coach. So it's not a very good season for the Yankees. And let me tell you this: you call me crazy, but watch out for the Reds. Just watch out for the Reds. 11-3 down the stretch. Trevor Bauer with a 1.73 ERA. Castillo really started getting it going on. They play the Braves, who are very injured. Fried has been hurt. He's going to supposedly start Game 1. They don't even know who their Game 2 starter is. I would not be surprised if the Reds beat the Braves in the first round, and they may make some noise. I could see the Reds maybe. I think the Dodgers are the team, but just watch out for the Reds. You heard it from me.
I'm sorry. Who picked the Reds early on?
I did too, you dumbass.
I did the Reds.
I did too. The Phillies are a disgrace. Let's just get into that too. I mean, obviously, you're going to point it at the bullpen, but you know what? I don't even want to hear it because down the stretch, they had all the opportunities in this last week to win and get a shot, and they got swept over the weekend. So, I mean, they can't blame anybody but themselves. I mean, Tampa Bay had nothing to play for. They were already in the playoffs, and they couldn't get past Tampa Bay. I mean, it's just, they lose 5-0 on Sunday. They lose 4-3 on Saturday. And then obviously, they lost Friday. I'm looking up the score now. So
I think it was like 5-4.
Yeah. Friday they lost.
It was a 1-run game.
Yeah, it was a 1-run game. I remember that, Captain. 6-4, 2-run game. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But that's what I mean. And then, Wednesday's game, I think they did they win Wednesday or did they end up losing the last?
Yeah,
they beat the Nationals, but they lost 2 or 3 to the Nationals too.
Yeah, 12-3. They finally said, "Oh, we haven't scored runs in a while, so we're going to blow up a team on one game when we really should use our runs for like the next series." No words. And here, the only good thing that's come out of that is that I believe, I think the word is like do this or else. That Harper has made it perfectly friggin' clear to the Phillies front office. It says, re-sign JT Realmuto.
Not going to happen.
Well, Coach, do you have inside information on that?
I do. I
want to hear it.
I do. The New York Mets now have the richest owner.
Okay. But he played in Philly.
American sports.
But Coach,
wait a second.
Philly gets close in the number.
That's a guess.
If Philly gets close in the number.
That's a guess.
Yeah.
Can I finish?
Yeah, because I wanted to hear your inside information.
Okay. Well, he's already gone on the radio in New York and saying that is going to be our top priority when he takes over. So obviously, that means he's going after.
No, he didn't. He didn't go in and say they're going after JT Realmuto.
Yes, he did. He said,
tampering. He was a fine player yesterday, Coach.
Catcher is a spot that we are going to go after.
Okay.
Viciously.
Okay.
But he's going all out. Okay?
Catcher. Okay.
Well, wait a second. We all know, and we are all reading between the lines.
So again,
you're coming on the market.
You're inferring, correct?
Yeah.
I'm sure he was inferring too.
Yeah, but JT's
going to inferring. It's
right.
What my bottom line is, because that's not inside information.
No,
okay?
JT.
You're inferring.
If we're close with the number, he's coming back to Philly. I think he likes it in Philly. I think he knows they're going to get better. Yeah, but the Mets.
I would be because if I'm JT, I'm kind of pissed off that you made me play through the season and didn't re-sign me yet.
He's going to get
You're
paid.
making me hit the market.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens, Coach.
If and when he hits the market, and by the way, the Mets are not the only game in town. If he wants to go somewhere with somebody that also has big pockets and has stated specifically that they would go after a big free agent, and they didn't name him by name because again that would be tampering, is the friggin' Nationals, because they had just a story the other day that the Nationals, not the Mets, are the biggest obstacle for Realmuto re-signing with the Phillies, not the Mets.
Wait a second. Yes, but Washington likes to pay guys out. They're not getting their money, so guys aren't going to be signing with Washington.
But Realmuto saw what that offense in Philly could do, and I agree with what Chris said. I think the Phillies are going to bring Didi and JT back because they like that offense, and then they're going to try to fix that. I think they're going to try to get a starter or two, and then they're going to revamp the whole bullpen.
For starters, not one, not two. They're going to do the friggin' LeBron shit and trying to get some starters.
I think they like Eflin. Eflin was good down the stretch, so I think Eflin could be your 4 or 5, but I think they're going to try to go get another frontline guy. Like it could be a number 3 starter or whatever. But they're going to get 2. So it'll be interesting. Jason Dean, I like the Yankees. But I just don't know that the pitching's there. J.A. Happ's been pitching good. If he keeps it up and Tanaka can pitch, if they have 3 solid starters, the Yankees are going to be dangerous. But I don't like that.
If the bats wake up, too.
Right. But this is what I hate, Coach. You have a 3-game series. You're going to use all your starters, and then you got to go into another series, and it's like the pitching's all going to be all fucked up. This whole 8-team shit in each league is stupid. Look, Tampa Bay's in trouble. I like Toronto as a possible upset over Tampa Bay. I mean, it's Captain, you got Rue going in game 1, who's a good pitcher. If they take game 1, now you're up against the wall. Yeah, you 1 game and you're out. I mean, so it's tough. Any team that loses that first game now, your season's on the line. It's fucking insane. The Dodgers played so good all year, and if they lose 1 game and they've been so consistent, now their back's against the wall too. Makes no sense. I don't think the Dodgers that'll happen to, but who knows? The Dodgers aren't really good in the playoffs, so we'll see what happens. They lost to the Nationals last year, as Nevada Nick said they would. So, can we please get the football now, Coach?
All right, now let's get over to the dumpster fires that are burning.
Yep.
So go ahead, because I know that you're drooling at
Right.
the, and it's, I don't know if it's from the glory hole or from the Eagles.
Fuck
You're
you.
drooling.
Well, the only positive about being an Eagles fan is I could say I could be a Giants or a Jets fan. So that's the only positive of being an Eagles fan. Everybody's going to Carson. Yeah. Everybody's
they didn't lose.
Yeah.
They didn't lose.
You're right. They didn't lose.
Everybody, and the sad thing is the Redskins should be in first place because the Cowboys should be 0-3. But no, everybody's going to Carson.
Well,
and
wait a second.
Coach, just let me, Coach. Just shut up. You shut up. All right. Now, Carson, look, he didn't make the plays yesterday. No doubt about it. When you're a top 5 QB or the franchise QB, when you get a play like Miles Sanders where he was wide open to score a touchdown and, take a lead in the game, Wentz needs to make that play. But to me, everybody is to blame with the Eagles. Howie, Doug, Carson, everybody. Because Howie's the one who brought back the receivers and Jeffrey and Jackson, who, surprise, they're hurt. Goddard's hurt. Their 2 left tackles are hurt. I mean, there's injuries everywhere. And Wentz just isn't Superman. And everybody wants to say about Foles, let me tell you this. I love Nick Foles. And he should have been starting in the Bears since game one. We saw that yesterday. The Bears are lucky they're 3-0. But Foles would not come in here to Philadelphia and win with this team. This team isn't what it was 3 years ago. And the Eagles are in trouble, man. Because look at this team now. Ertz is unhappy with his contract. Kelsey's old. Brandon Brooks has 2 torn Achilles. Okay, I like Lane Johnson, but still, are we sure about Dillard? Are we sure about Rager at receiver? Like I said, Ertz isn't happy. The defense has no linebackers. Brandon Game's getting old. Fletcher Cox getting older. The Eagles are in a lot of trouble. I mean, Howie just isn't hitting picks, and everybody loved Howie, but let's not forget, Joe Douglas was saying, hey, Howie, pick this guy. That's not there no more. We could have had DK Metcalf, who look at what he did yesterday. Now, he did have the dumb play, no doubt. But the guy's a beast. And we drafted JJ Arcadia-Whiteside, who has as many catches as captain this year. So, yeah, captain, you're tied with JJ Arcadia-Whiteside for catches.
Fucking A, man. Yeah. JJ and captain.
Yeah. But no, I mean, that's a huge mistake. They're missing picks that should be – I mean, we have a second-round pick and a first-round pick we've taken at receiver in the last 2 years, and neither of them are playing. JJ is, he just sucks. Can't catch a ball or get open. So, I mean, it's a dumpster fire. The Eagles are in trouble. Yeah, I mean, it's bad. I mean, it's not as bad as the Giants, obviously, losing to the Niners, who were, half the team was out, which is embarrassing. And we'll go to you now, Coach, with the Giants. Go ahead.
It was painful. It was painful to watch that football game when, they played really well Monday night against Pittsburgh, and then they almost came all the way back against the Bears. So when you were, at least I was, and I think a lot of Giant fans, we were all excited for here. You had a dinged up Niner team where you felt like, okay, here we go, here we get off the schneid, let's get going.
Must be a Giants thing. Here we go, Phil Simms, Coach Muddle. That here we go shit.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, but to see, and that defense just, oh God. Again, Dave Gettleman needed a pass rusher. Instead, you got Daniel Jones. And I'm not bashed Daniel Jones other than where you drafted him. That's the only negative on him. He's young. He's went to Duke. Come on. He's not used to this yet. It's going to take a little bit, but again, the last quarterback we had from Duke didn't pan out too well. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
Who was the last quarterback you had from Duke?
I don't know. Who was it?
Back in the 90s, we had a guy, we took him in the supplemental draft. We gave up picks, and we used the number 1 pick in the supplemental draft to Dave Brown. That was it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I remember him.
Yeah, I do.
Jason Dean said, you guys want to put up Jason Dean's comments? They did. They played the JV Niners team and lost.
They did. They played a JV team. You're right, Jason Dean. They played a JV team and lost. Right now, I mean, you can put up some high school teams against the Giants right now, and it just is not good. And I really thought Barkley being out of the lineup would help this offensive line. And really, they're just getting worse. They're going backwards. I mean, for a lack of a better term, you know.
Yeah, Stiz, the Eagles are going to cover that point spread, I think. The Eagles will cover Sunday.
Okay, so the Eagles will only lose by 6, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Or they could lose by 6. If they lose by 7, it's a push. But
Right.
I think I could be wrong. But look, the Eagles' defense isn't. I mean, it's not great, but they'll play better against San Francisco than the Giants did because their defensive line's good. See, the Niners' offensive line controlled that game yesterday, obviously. And that's the strong point of the Niners. That line's healthy. They got a very good offensive line. But, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I agree. I've been saying that, Jason D. I've been saying this for a while.
Me and Coach were on 2 guys, Gase and Quinn, and look at their teams. Both 0-3, both shit shows, and both are gone.
Look,
You
Quinn
know
is supposed to be a defensive coach, and you have given up. You've given up the worst. You've had the worst comeback in Super Bowl history against you, and the last 2 games you've had astronomical comebacks, and you lost games. I mean, he's got to go. And I think Gase, I would not be surprised Friday morning he gets fired after the Jets lose on Thursday to the Broncos.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Because you got a whole week and a half. I mean, I think the Jets bye is not until week 10 or 11. You're not going to wait that long.
Yeah.
I think you got to cut bait and, move on.
Yeah.
Who is on the Jets staff that thinks
Greg Williams?
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Because normally, if you're going to do that, you have to have somebody that you can say, you know what, you got it. And Greg Williams would be a fantastic coach.
Yeah, he should have got the Browns job. Yeah, he should have got the Browns job because he was coaching when they went down the stretch and they went and gave it to that goofball Freddie Kitchens. But now, Captain, obviously, what do you got on your Raiders? Because honestly, Captain, I thought yesterday it was a missed opportunity for the Raiders. I thought early on they had their chances. Patriots made some mistakes, but the Raiders kind of made mistakes back. I thought they had an opportunity to kind of get a lead yesterday and maybe, give the ball to Jacobs and try to see if they could win that game.
Yeah, actually, I want to make sure that both I don't have to prove it to you, Nick, but to Muddle, okay? I'm not a homer, okay? And I agree with exactly what was saying. The Raiders' first opportunity, they went down, and after they got the ball back on a pick from a what was not a fumble. Okay, since we're going to talk about fumble, the fumble that they gave to Jacobs that really wasn't a fumble that the folks didn't see. I didn't see it till after it went to review anyway. But thank God, Abram went and got a nice pick from Cam Newton. They went down there, and it's a touchdown. No, it's not a touchdown. It's 3 points. And then they drive again, and they don't do anything. So at the end of the first period, it's like 3-0 Raiders, and it should have been at least 7. The Raiders then get smoked in the second quarter, and they're now they're down 13-3. But no. Okay, for like 28 seconds, there's there's a breath of offense, and they go down the field and they get a touchdown. So they're only down 3 now, right? And I don't know when they missed the field goal. I think it was in the beginning of the third quarter, but the entire second half was a shit show. Yeah. As far as that, there was no tackling.
Yeah. Carson missed a 41-yarder. I remember.
Yeah. They could not tackle, and people were saying, well, the scheme sucks. The scheme sucks. I don't care what the fucking scheme is. When you have a guy in front of you and you don't tackle him, you could be in a 3-4, a 4-3, a bend blitz, a 5-2, a fucking Miami fucking Wildcat, whatever, okay? Scheme goes away if you can't tackle the bastard with the football. And they did not do that yesterday. And they had an opportunity, like you said, and I said this in my Facebook. I said, you know what? It's 13-3 at halftime. I said, I know for a fact that Bill Belichick and McDaniel, there you go. Thank you. McDaniel are going to go in there and they're going to scheme and they're going to change shit, right? And you could even see it that when the Patriots used up 3 of their timeouts before the fourth quarter, right? Because they were changing shit right there and then on, and they were out of timeouts. It was the beginning of the fourth quarter, and you're like, oh, wow, that's going to really come and bite them in the ass. No, it didn't. Because they changed things when they needed to change things. When things were screwed up, they got it done, okay?
Yeah.
And the Patriots, and when they win, I call them the Patriots, okay? The scheme does suck. I get it, Jason. I know. The scheme sucks. They need to get Rod Marinelli in there.
They have to. They're giving up 30 points a game. It's a problem. And look, the Chiefs' defense was bad last year, and they got it fixed. But the Raiders, they got some tough games coming up. You got the Bills and the Chiefs in the next two. I think 2 of the top 3 teams in the AFC. I think they're going to, big if, but if they come back to Vegas and get their shit together and figure out what went wrong, and basically it's the run defense. Yeah. The run defense is their worst handicap right now. You don't think the Bills and Chiefs are 2 of the top 3
teams? I think the Chiefs are. I think that if they get their shit together, they can beat the Bills at home.
Yeah, but Bills look good, man. They look good. Top 5 defense, top 5 offense. Well, I know they let the Rams back in the game yesterday, but they gave me and Stiz heart attacks because we both had big money on the Bills yesterday.
I think that the Bills are beatable. I think that the Chiefs are not. I said at the beginning of the year, I said I think we can go out to Kansas City and beat Kansas City early because it's not a cold weather game, but not the way we are playing now. Maybe when we get the Chiefs at the end, when we get them into Vegas and we fix a lot of the woes on defense, because mostly it's the woes on defense, and for those Derek Carr apologists out there, when the guy doesn't play well, and I had people say, well, we got this weapon and that weapon and yada, 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 yada. There's no excuse for the Raiders offense. Well, I'm still hearing the excuses. Well, Derek had a hangnail, and he had all these guys up front that they're playing with all of these backups, and then Ruggs went out, and then Edwards went out. But you know what? Renfro fucking balled his ass out yesterday. Moreau was there with catches when Carr could hit him. He has the weapons. He needs to make sure he can find them. And he don't fucking fumble in the goddamn end zone for 7 fucking points.
Yeah. Yeah, he had some turnovers yesterday. And look, one thing I got to think, too, is, like, you look at that Saints game now, everybody wants to say Drew Brees can't throw the ball down the field. Drew Brees isn't the problem. It's the defense. The Saints defense gave up 37 points last night. You're not going to win many games. You give up 37 points. And the Raiders scored a bunch of points on the Saints, too. I mean, and look, they need to get Michael Thomas back, obviously, but the Saints defense isn't playing good. I mean, Rodgers had 2 guys wide open for touchdowns last night. And I think both of them might have been Lazard. But, Derek Carr can't turn the ball over. And the Raiders need to run the ball and play action, because that's what's going to start it with them. Jacobs only getting the ball. He only had 77 yards yesterday. That's not going to be a winning formula for the Raiders.
I think Jacobs played hurt. I really do. Okay. I think Jacobs played hurt, and he didn't have the quite spring that he had against the Saints. He 77 yards, great. They should have ran more, and they didn't. I think that they should have ran more, and then once they started sucking up, then you can hit those guys over the top, and that would have probably been better, because maybe they would have had the clutches loose on Waller as much because they were more worried about the run. It was the fact that Bill Belichick beat Gruden. That's just the way it is.
And Gruden doesn't make many halftime adjustments. It's just
he doesn't make it at all.
Right.
I'm surprised Sully didn't reappear with his East Coast bullshit yesterday with Captain. But you know what Jason Dean said, run. That's my biggest criticism of Doug yesterday. You are playing the worst run defense in the league. Miles Sanders was averaging 5 yards a carry, and he only touches the ball, including overtime, 19 times. That's on Doug. I mean, Carson shouldn't be throwing it 50 times. You had 3 receivers out. They should have been running. I mean, look, they don't have another running back besides Sanders. Boston Scott doesn't look good, and neither does Corey Clement. I mean, they can't run for shit. I mean, now we look dumb for not maybe bringing Freeman in. But, they're just – the Eagles are – I don't know. It's a shit show. It's bad. But I do think the Eagles will cover against San Francisco. Maybe I'm just nuts, but
and I think the Giants will be, and the Jets 1 and 2 in the draft.
Yeah.
I looked at the Giants' schedule. I don't see a win on their schedule.
They could beat the Eagles.
I think that's going to be the only, the Eagles and Washington and the Eagles. But they play. Here's the thing, though. They play the Eagles on a Thursday night after they play Washington. So
tough game. Yeah,
that's a tough game. I don't know. I honestly don't see the Giants winning more than 2 or 3 games, but I don't see where those 2 or 3 games are on the schedule right now.
Yeah,
the way they're
playing.
playing.
I'm saying Sanders needed 25 touches and he didn't get that, and they played a whole overtime too. Makes no sense. Doug's and then he has the field goal and he punched the ball. Like they played for a tie. He punts the ball, and his thing is afterwards. It is what it is. That's what his answer was. It is what it is.
So you are saying that the NFC least is the division, is what I'm hearing.
This year.
Look, not giving up on Daniel Jones, but I know the Jets are giving up on
I'm not giving up on Carson Wentz either.
Well, I'll just say if the Jets are giving up on Darnold, boy, I tell you what, I think that depending upon his boy that's out in Oakland, in Vegas this year, if Darnold becomes available, you might see, depending upon how Mayock liked him and how Gruden likes him, you might see the Raiders make a play for Darnold.
Yeah.
Well, I already put this out there. I thought that, quarterback needy teams like Minnesota and the Saints, both, I could see Darnold. You getting Darnold for a 3 or a 4? Come on, you're not going to take that. You're getting a top 5 pick.
Yeah,
That's
another team, the Vikings, that just can't win. 0-3. It's just what a crazy year so far. I said it to Coach.
By the way, the Browns are above 500 for the first time since December of 2014.
Wow.
Yeah, the Browns and the Browns have a very, very good rushing attack between Kareem Hunt and Chubb. They have like a good 1-2. And that's why I said, and I hate saying this, but that asshole that is the Browns honk, okay, based upon the way the Raiders played yesterday with the running game, I shudder. I shudder to think what the Browns with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt could do to that defense in Cleveland when it's cold, and that quarterback that plays for the Raiders that can't win if it's under 40 degrees. I shudder to think what that game will be like.
Yeah, and the Browns played Dallas, who, like I said all year, Dallas's defense was going to beat them and was going to be their problem, and they can't stop a cold. And how about Russell Wilson, though? 14 touchdowns, should be 15, because obviously Metcalf yesterday was hot dogging it and got the ball knocked out of his hand. Russell Wilson should have 15 touchdowns through 5 games. I mean, to me, best quarterback in the NFL, and I'm not being a prisoner of the moment. I think Mahomes, might have the best arm talent, but I think the best overall quarterback is Wilson. I mean, like Mahomes, look at the supporting cast. I mean, what do you think Wilson will be doing with Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid as head coach, Edwards, Clyde Hilaire, and the line he's got? Wilson's got no line, no tight end. Now, he does have Metcalf and Lockett, who I think are nice receivers, but they're not Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce.
Yeah, well, actually, the kid that they got from the Panthers is a decent tight end.
Olsen? He's older, though. Yeah,
I understand. I understand he's older, but you can't say he's not a good tight end. I was just making sure you remembered he was on the team.
Right. He was a good tight end. I wouldn't say he's a good tight end still. I think, he's not going to get you 70, 80 catches, but he's going to block. He's, going to make the right play. So, yeah, he's not what they have.
He's going to get open in the red zone. He's a red zone.
He'll find the zones. He'll find where he can get open. Yeah, I would agree with that. And look, speaking of tight ends, has Witten done anything this year for the Raiders at all?
He has a catch a game.
Okay.
So he keeps his streak up. I know. Actually, I would. I'd have to check that. I don't recall him catching one yesterday. I think he did, but he did have his streak going for catches with games won again. I think he had like one catch a game. Let me look that up while you guys muddle through.
Yeah.
We'll muddle through, all right. But yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and you know, I think Sam Darnold will have a great career on another team.
It's possible
think-
if he goes to the right team, Coach. Which I would think if he can control it, you're gonna learn your lesson. Because I mean, if I was him, you're gonna have a new offensive coordinator again. I would want out. I would definitely want out. Now, Coach, let me ask you this. I had said I thought Bills were that third team in the AFC. I just don't think the Steelers are consistent enough yet. I know they're 3-0. Titans are 3-0. Maybe that's the team. But, man, I don't know how you overlook the Bills right now. They beat a good Rams team yesterday. I know they let them back in it. But top 5 offense, top 5 defense, I think right now they're that other team besides the Ravens and the Chiefs that's kind of, sticking their head out in the AFC.
I think so. I think they are the best second tier group. That second group of teams that, they're not the upper echelon yet. They're not the Chiefs and the Ravens yet, but I think they're the leader of the pack. I think.
And Stephon Diggs has helped. Josh Allen's playing better. And that defense
and
wasn't
Singletary,
great
FAU guy playing in cold weather. And, he had another big game. I think he had over 80 yards rushing yesterday.
Yeah.
The answer is Witten had 0 yesterday, so his streak ended.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. 2 catches for 5 yards. That's one a game for game 1 and game 2.
And now, like we said about the Raiders going into this week, I could see the Raiders winning against the Bills because this is a bad spot game. You're coming off a hard-fought win at home against the Rams where they kind of come back on you. You're 3-0, which the Bills aren't 3-0 a lot. I could see them going out to Vegas and laying an egg. I mean, look, the Cardinals, I think, blew a huge opportunity this weekend to go 3-0 and beat the Lions and get their head out, in that NFC West with the Seahawks and try to get ahead of the Niners. But, like I said about the Cardinals, 1 week they'll beat a good team like the Niners when the Niners were healthy, mind you, in week 1. And then another week they'll go play a team like the Lions and lose. They're going to be that inconsistent team this year, although I do like the Cardinals.
Yeah, and that's why I said I think that if the Raiders get their shit together. Sorry, Coach, we're talking about the Raiders. I know you want to go on to other things.
Yeah.
But
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind talking about the Raiders.
Nick asked. But, yeah, if they get their shit together with this week, and there is a big bubble about, like, Gruden, like, for 2 seconds, like, there's got to be better production or, and he's screaming. I don't know if that was just some sound drop that they had, if it was from yesterday or whatnot. But, yeah, he needs to get better production. Apparently, he said that he's going to fix the defense. That's a direct quote. He's going to fix the defense. I don't know how he's going to do that unless he fires his boy. But
well, I would put Marinelli in there because I've seen Marinelli do a lot with very little in Dallas. And I bet you too, John Gruden wasn't dancing in the locker room this weekend.
Well, let me ask you this though. Okay, aren't I, as a Raider fan right now, aren't you a little concerned as you see the Chargers up and coming? I mean, and the Broncos with their young quarterbacks, they're the Broncos are pretty close to being, 3-0. They could easily be 3-0 right now.
Yeah, but they're 1-2, and so are the Chargers.
Broncos
are Panthers.
Broncos are
0-3, right?
Yeah,
Broncos are 0-3. And they very easily could be 3-0.
I don't know what you're smoking. Very easily could be 3-0.
They got smoked yesterday, Coach.
They got whooped yesterday.
All right, okay, they could be easily 2-1 then. The other two, they took Pittsburgh to the brink. Okay,
they
did take
Pittsburgh
to the brink. Okay, so
I could see them have they gave away the Titan game. I still don't think that they would have beaten Pittsburgh. I think at best the Broncos could be 1-2.
Yeah.
And that's being
They
fine.
are, but
And you saw Herbert
No, the
yesterday.
Broncos
no, they're
are
0-3.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, Herbert looked like a rookie yesterday. You know, he did. I mean, look, the Chargers, and that's why I say too. And I said it to Coach off air, Captain. You weren't on yet, but man, if you're a Colts or a Chargers fan, aren't you saying why didn't we go get Cam? I mean, how much better would those teams look with Cam Newton behind center right now?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
look at the difference in the Patriots' offense between this year and last year. Cam's elevated it. You can't deny it. You could see it. He's better for that offense than Brady right now. Not that, but Brady's 43 years old. You know, I mean, look, he's doing okay in Tampa, but I want to see them.
Second, I don't know if I
last year.
Cam the Chargers just because you went and drafted that kid. You're
I
going to
know.
let him play. You've committed to that. I could see the Colts. There's no quarterback there.
Right.
There's nobody in the. That would have been a great place for him because you're right. The Colts could very easily be 3-0 right now and be really doing well because Rivers is not the guy. I'm sorry.
Right.
He's done. You know, I'm sorry you had 15 kids and you're still trying to support all 15 kids. Same wife, by the way.
At least I was going to say, at least he doesn't have them with different baby mamas. He does have them with the same wife.
They're all one, but you know, and I'm sorry you gotta keep making money, but you're past. I mean, you're Eli's better than you. I'm sorry, Eli is better than you right now.
I wouldn't go that far, but
better than you.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, you're telling me Eli in Indianapolis right now wouldn't be better than I
don't think either of them can play.
I'm sorry, I think Eli is better than
maybe.
than
Maybe. Coach, maybe he made one throw against the Eagles. Like, oh, Eli looking great because he made one wide open throw that I could have made against the Eagles. I mean,
I don't know if you could have made it. I don't know that you could have made it.
Oh, Nevada Nick's got a gun, baby. You never seen. I got a good arm for a fat guy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you got a good arm because you're constantly going like this all the time.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. I wouldn't have been on there.
Look at Coach.
Hey, he opened himself up for that one, Cap.
Yeah, I did.
Man.
I did.
Okay.
So, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know.
Is he into a Cap? She said it's Cap better.
No.
You just haven't seen him. I mean, look, he wasn't playing great, and I can't see him not playing in the NFL. What has it been, 4 years now? It's been at least 3. I know that.
At least.
I just don't know that he with the timing and the hits, and I don't know. I don't see what he.
I just think he's so far removed. I just think that window is closed. It's gone. Nike can make all the commercials they want. It's not going to get him back on the field because that window closed. I didn't. He was lucky enough to have an offensive coordinator that tailored that offense around him and took him to a Super Bowl. But after that, you saw when he had to go into a different system, it didn't work.
Plus, Coach, no team wants to bring in a guy that's going to be that kind of distraction who's going to be your backup quarterback. Right. And I'm not trying to, but that's what it is. You're not going to bring that kind of distraction in for a backup quarterback. If he was a starting caliber quarterback that was going to help a team win, he'd be on a team starting. Right. Trust me. If you could help a team win, he'd be on it. But nobody's going to bring in that kind of a distraction and that kind of outside noise for a backup QB.
Right. I agree.
And I tell you what, though, Coach, going back even with Cam, and that's the difference, is because wouldn't you play Cam over Jared Stidham? Sure. That's why he got that opportunity, because he was not going to be the backup quarterback. He went to a place that he would definitively be the starting quarterback. And there was some questions in maybe some of those other places about, do I really want to go there? And then they're paying me money and I'm not starting. When the Patriots finally reached out to him, he knew, this fucker, I got this shit on lock. So that's where he went there.
Yeah. Now, big win for your Pitt team, Coach. Nice win over Louisville over the weekend.
Yeah. They came, it was a close game, but they came and, they pulled it out. So, like I said, I think they're on a collision course with Clemson. That's my say.
Look out for Miami, too. I know Florida State.
Miami, I was just going to say, Miami's looking really good right now. And watch out, the Canes might be back in business down there.
Yeah,
so
I mean, they actually can play defense, unlike Oklahoma. And LSU, you could see, look, they lost a ton of talent from last year. Give it time. But, man, Mike Leach, man, 660 passing yards. He did, that's one thing I said. Could he do it in the SEC? And what a debut against LSU. I mean, LSU fans.
In LSU.
What a turn from that magical year last year to, what was it, their first or second game in year? I think it was their first game. You get blown out, tough loss. But Texas almost lost too. You almost had 3 top 10 teams lose this weekend.
Yeah, I'm kind of forgetting. Was there another coach that made their debut in the SEC?
Yes, he did. And we talked about this, Captain.
I must have missed
Thursday.
it.
And yes, your Florida team won, okay? But again, when Ole Miss went down 4 times and came up empty inside the red zone, you're not going to win many football games. But it's a process. It doesn't. Wasn't built in a day.
Let me ask you a question.
Wasn't built in a day.
Why did they not get points?
Because they couldn't score the football. They couldn't.
Could it be that the other team had a better defense?
Usually, when you don't score, that defense is better than your offense.
There you go.
Regardless,
right on the fucking nose.
Regardless, watch out for Kyle Trask. Watch out. That kid can ball, and I do like their defense.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do against Alabama and all. But Florida's good, and Trask's a good QB, man.
Yeah,
I like him.
What I saw,
they're good, Saturday, and I didn't say that. Lane was going to go in and go undefeated in the first year, and I never said he was going undefeated anywhere. But it takes time, and those aren't even his guys. You had no recruiting this year, so I'm not putting any stock.
He's got to fix that defense. That defense sucks.
He does. He's going to have to fix the defense quite a bit. But also, you're going to have to learn how to score. You come down into the red zone 4 times and come away with nothing. I mean, that's huge. Because that game's a lot closer. That game's a lot closer because they wind up getting blown out at the end. But
when it was 14-14, Coach was praying that they upset the Gators, man.
I knew it. And you know what? To be very honest, I was like, this team offensively, and I gave props. Yeah. I gave props to him on the Sunday show. I said, this pains me to say, but Lane Kiffin has done well with that offense at Ole Miss. Can't do shit for the defense. And the bad thing is that Durkin is a very good defensive coordinator. He just doesn't have the talent yet. So you give them opportunities to get talent. They'll be better.
My other guy, I forgot my other guys there.
What, Durkin?
Yeah, Maryland. I have my connections over at Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, since we were talking about masturbating before, to masturbate the names there for you there, Coach.
Thank you for doing that. I like the good rub and tug.
But again, it doesn't matter. It's like the Gators
and the Irish suck.
Hey, man, I think Miami. I think they may beat Notre Dame. Sorry, Jason Dean. And we missed you yesterday, buddy, on our Sunday show. I thought you were going to be there. But, we'll see. I mean, Notre Dame, they haven't really played anybody yet, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I think you got 3 good teams now in the ACC, which was a dumpster fire. It was Clemson, everybody else, and Pitt's there too. But now you got some teams, which is good. You got some good teams in the ACC. Interesting to see what happens. It's funny now how the Pac-12 and what's the other one? Who was the other? Yeah, the Pac-12 now throwing their hat in their ring at the end. They're going to come now in November after all the 3 conferences, SEC, ACC, and Big 12 said they're going to play. The Big 10 comes in late.
The Pac-12 said they forgot no one gives a shit about them.
Actually, I thought that it was really cool that LSU and Oklahoma decided to bow out, or what is it? They what's the word I'm looking for? Abstain, take themselves out of the running, opt out. They decided to opt out of the national championship this year because of COVID. I think that was very smart on their part. Said COVID, we're opting out. We're not going to go in for the national championship this year.
And look, I like Lincoln Riley, but until you play defense, that team's always going to go in with 1 or 2 losses and never be in the playoff because that a bad defense like they have, you're eventually going to have a game where your defense, costs you a game. And that's just how it's going to be. I mean, the Big 12 has no respect for defense. And, and look, even the kid, they love that quarterback. He struggled, too, through some interceptions. Now, he did have a lot of pressure. But Oklahoma shouldn't have been losing to Kansas State. I mean, that should never have happened. The defense cost them a game.
All right, so Nick, you like you like anything tonight?
I like the Lightning, as I've said. Ravens are a 3.5-point favorite. Take the hook. I just think tonight, look, man, Ravens are going to run the ball. If you watched last week's game with the Chargers, they ran the ball a lot, kept Pat Mahomes off the field. I think that's what the Ravens are going to do. I like the Ravens by, I'm going to say a touchdown tonight. But I do like the Ravens to beat the Chiefs at home. I just think they're going to control the ball, keep Mahomes off the field. They should have success running. I like the Ravens by a touchdown.
I like the Ravens too. And I like the Lightning for sure.
Oh, here we go. How'd you do yesterday there, Nevada Nick?
All right, my teasers. Yeah, the Chargers beat me and the Cardinals beat me. But you know what, man? Who thought the Chargers were going to lose to the Panthers with McCaffrey gone? I mean, I thought, now let's not forget, too, Trey Turner got hurt yesterday, a Pro Bowl guard who the Chargers were really counting on to help run the game. Herbert looked good against the Chiefs. I mean, I was wrong. I should have, and I'll admit it. The games I liked yesterday, I loved the Bills, and I said that, Coach. You'll contest to that. They covered. I loved – Captain will contest this. I said I loved the Patriots. They covered. But I just thought the 6.5 with the Raiders being a good team might have been a little too much. But I love the Patriots, and the other team I said I loved was the Bucks. And if I just would have bet them straight, I would have won all my games. But I threw them in some teasers, and that's on me, and I lost. But still winning for the season, still up, Coach. Come over, keep laughing, Coach. I will come over there and slap you in the teeth. I will get in my car and be down there in an hour and 45 minutes. Slap you around, and you're 0-3 times.
Jim. You ain't slapping anybody in the teeth over here.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah, he knows.
Go find your boy Jim.
Big Jim.
Jim. Yeah. So go find your boy. Anyway, everyone, go enjoy some football and hockey tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see how Nevada Nick did.
Who do you like tonight, Coach?
Who do I like? I like the Dallas Stars tonight.
Okay. So go bet the Lightning big.
Yeah, I was going to say, there you go. The Lightning will win by 7 goals. Yeah.
Who do you like in the football game?
I like the Stars tonight. So
in the football game, football.
Football game.
Lightning by 7.
I really, it's hard for me to go against the Ravens. Friends of the program over there. Those guys treat us pretty well. So I'm going to go. So
you're just going to ride Nevada Nick's coattails and take his.
I'm just going to ride your coattails tonight. All right. For now. All right.
All right.
So Muddle says Lightning by 7. Remember, it's a hockey game too. So that's against Godobin, who's actually a good goalie. So Lightning by 7. I like that.
And Angela, comment too. Did you put up all the stuff you got from when you were at the Raiders home game yet? So I was going to check that out. I'm not sure if she did or not. Do you know, Captain? Because I know they were filming down in the Vegas home game Monday night. Angela's filming for.
Oh yeah. She has a lot, and she's still doing editing.
Okay.
I got a chance to look at that. What I'm missing this year is that, and I wish I can find it. Is I always get a program from every game. In fact, I got so many other programs. I'm trying to give them out as like consolation prizes, and when people come to the house, they'll say, "Hey, here's a program from the Raider game." But not getting any programs this year is going to suck.
Yeah, and Michael Johnson too about my teasers. Just my bookie will be paying me and Stiz this week, so that's all I gotta say. We'll be collecting from my bookie, so I still won, baby. And yeah, I was a sucker this week. The teasers beat me, but last week I won. So, and I still won because my big bets, Dolphins and Bills, both won. She's still editing. All right. Well, looking forward to seeing that, Angela. So
Yeah,
let us know when you put it up.
So, all right, we'll be so tomorrow. Hopefully, PP Eater has the gonorrhea fixed, and he can join us tomorrow.
Apparently I'm getting one, according to Angela.
Yeah. Check the mail. There you go.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The check is in the mail, and I promise not to come in your mouth.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, and Captain,
all right,
real
everyone.
quick,
Thanks for checking us out.
Coach, hold on, real quick. I heard, Captain, there was some. I know Gruden got fined for not wearing a mask, and then supposedly there was some unauthorized access in the locker room. My sources out in Vegas were telling me it was Ed Hockley Jr. was the guy that was the unauthorized guy.
I don't know, Nick. I didn't see it.
Do you know who that was, Captain? Did they ever say who the unauthorized was, like a family member or something?
I don't know. I don't know, Nick. I didn't see it. Might have been Trixie, the same lady that you got a chance to boff the other time when you were up there, Ed. You know, Trixie, aka Tricky Dick. You know how it is.
No, but Captain, do we know who it was? Did they say? Do you see about that?
No clue. That's the first time hearing about it.
Yeah, it was some kind of, I don't know who it was, but they said they had unauthorized access somebody because of the whole COVID.
It was probably a hooker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a Patriots coach trying to sneak in and get the fucking playbook.
Or cheat. Yeah, probably a cheat treat thing. Bill Belichick Jr. You know, because he has all his sons out there, so it's probably Bill Belichick Jr. Kind of like was it Foreman with the George Foreman Jr., the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. So it's Bill Belichick Jr. It's probably like an embryo was out there trying to steal all of Gruden's shit. So there you go.
Yep. Stiz going for 5-time champion this week too. So just get ready for that Friday cornhole.
Okay. Well, Angela's got me excited. It's like she has like the program. I'll definitely, trust me. If I don't get one, I will be dying pissed. Just because I live out here in Florida, they better forget. Remember, it's one nation, baby. One nation.
Yeah, Coach looks like he's getting uneasy on his donut because he has hemorrhoids. You all right, Coach? We're getting close to that hour limit.
We are. We're right up against it now. So, all right, gang. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for checking us out. Make sure you go over to YouTube, subscribe to the page, and
subscribe to mine.
Subscribe to Captain's and
watch the shows. I need some more hours.
And Nick needs a rub and tug. So subscribe so we can start.
I need a rub and tug too.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for checking us out.
We can all use rub and tug. That's for sure.